Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine living in a time when girls were not allowed to go to school. Imagine being told that education was only for boys. Imagine being insulted just for wanting to learn. Now imagine standing up against all of that. This is the story of Savitribai Phule, the woman who changed the future of education in India. Before we get started, welcome back to The English Way. I'm your host, Adam, and I'm so glad you're here today. If you're new to this channel, this is a place where we improve our English through powerful, real-life stories. We focus on clear pronunciation, natural expressions, and meaningful lessons that help you grow not just in language, but in life. Today's episode is part of our special Women's Day Week series, where we celebrate women who changed the world with their courage, determination, and vision. So, take a deep breath, get comfortable, and let's dive into today's inspiring story. Savitribai was born on January 3, 1831, in Maharashtra, India. She grew up in a time when society believed that girls did not need education. In fact, many people believed that teaching girls to read and write was wrong. She was married at a very young age to Savitribai Phule, but unlike many men of that time, her husband believed in equality. He believed that women deserved education just as much as men did. So he did something extraordinary. He taught his wife how to read and write. Savitribai was a fast learner. She loved books. She loved knowledge, and soon she decided that she wanted other girls to have the same opportunity. In 1848, when she was only 17 years old, Savitribai became India's first female teacher. Let that sink in. At just 17 years old, she walked into a classroom to teach girls something that had never been done before in her community. But her journey was not easy. Every day as she walked to school, people would insult her. Some threw mud, some threw stones, some even threw cow dung at her to stop her from teaching. Can you imagine that? Most people would have quit, but not Savitribai. She carried an extra sari with her. When people threw dirt at her, she would change her clothes and continue teaching. She refused to give up. She believed that education was the key to freedom. She believed that when a girl learns, an entire family grows stronger. Savitribai and her husband opened more schools for girls and children from lower castes, children who had never been allowed inside classrooms before. This was revolutionary. At a time when discrimination was normal, she chose courage. At a time when silence was expected, she chose action. But her work did not stop at education. She also worked to stop child marriage. She supported widows who were treated unfairly by society. She helped women who had nowhere else to go. She even started a care center for pregnant widows to protect them from violence and social shame. Savitribai was not just a teacher. She was a reformer, a poet, a fighter for justice. Years later, in 1897, when a deadly plague spread in Pune, she personally helped the sick. She carried patients to hospitals and cared for them. While serving others, she became infected with the disease herself. And on March 10, 1897, she passed away. She died the way she lived, serving others. Today, Savitribai Phule is remembered as the mother of Indian feminism and a pioneer of women's education in India. Her courage opened school doors for millions of girls. Her determination changed the mindset of a nation. Her story teaches us something powerful. Change does not begin with a crowd. It begins with one brave person. One person who refuses to accept injustice. One person who believes in equality. One person who keeps walking forward even when the world tries to stop her. Savitribai Phule was that person. And because she refused to stop, millions of girls today can open a book, walk into a classroom, and dream without limits. This Women's Day week, let us remember her not just as a historical figure, but as a symbol of courage, education, and hope. Because when you educate a woman, you educate a generation. And it all began with a young girl who dared to teach. As we come to the end of today's story, I hope it inspired you not just to learn English, but to believe in your own strength. If you enjoyed this episode and found it helpful, please support the English Way by subscribing to the channel. Hit the like button and share it with someone who loves learning English through real stories. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss our Women's Day Week special episodes. Thank you for listening. Thank you for learning. I'll see you in the next episode.